Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I'm back with another video on guidelines for interview. And I'm so happy the way people are putting up their queries and asking me questions, and it will help me to generate more content. So today we're going to talk about another one of the important questions that we come across all of the time and we find it difficult to answer. So the question is, what are your salary expectations? And whenever this question comes in front of us, I mean, most of the majority of people, they react in this way manner, like, I'm thinking, I haven't decided yet, or more than my existing salary. And so many cases we are asked to answer this question, especially in the initial interview call when we are asked to have some provide some basic information, and at the same time they decide to call us for interview. So at this particular stage, if you are in a situation where the person has called you for the first time for the decide to call you for interview or not, just tell them your existing salary package, because this would be enough for them to decide that whether you they can call you for the interview or not. So the question is, why I'm asking this question. Imagine I'm the person who's asking you the interview questions. I'm the one who's a recruiter, or I'm the one who's in the position of a recruiter. So, what are the possible reasons that I'm asking you these questions? First of all, I have a budget for this position. Yeah, in organized setups, they have a budget for every position, and they are bound to hire people within those budgets. And this is how things work. So this could be one of the case. And second case is that I want to know how much you know about your self-worth, about your worth in the market. So either it could be like if you are demanding a salary that is lower than your worth, then probably it reflects so much about your personality, your confidence level. And maybe if you're demanding a salary more higher than what is the market is all about, then there's a possibility that you are only switching jobs for the sake of getting more money out of greed or something, or you're not familiar about the market. So it will tell us about the level of self awareness you have and the industry knowledge you have. So imagine that what you need to do in order to prepare yourself to reply in a manner that creates an impression of yours to secure a job. The first one is that you may check job portals. So it takes preparation, and all you have to do is research the market trends. I have seen people who are part of certain associations or networks. They are far more aware of the salary package and the benefits that are offering certain industry as compared to those who are isolating themselves to their workplace or jobs. So how you can check those facts and figures where you get to know that what is probably the salary for that particular position. One of the most easy way to do that is like check the job portals. In most of the job portals, they have mentioned already the salary range. So you can get an idea that for a particular managerial position or for executive position or for the experience of 2 and 3 years, what salary generally people are offering in the market. And it differs from country to country based on their economy and financial conditions. And it even varies from industry to industry within Pakistan. Secondly, you can check with people in your surroundings with a similar background, like people from your batch, like your batch mates, the people you have worked with or worked for in the same department for the same roles, the people, your mentors who have had similar background. So even your teachers who are part of alumni network can guide you a lot about it. So all you have to do is that keep a check on those information. Ask them okay, how much salary they're offering for that particular role in so and so an organization, and you can get the idea that it varies from which organization to which organization at what level and how it works. Like there's a different salary bracket for MNCs and there's a different salary bracket for local groups. So you have to make sure that you know that for which industry or organization you are applying for, and then at the same time you know the market practices. And the third is you may ask the recruiter. In some of the cases, you get a call from a recruiter who's not a part of the organization but who's hiring on behalf of them. So he must have a clear salary bracket for the particular position in place. All you have to do is that ask that question at the time of interview, telephone interview. Ask him or her that how much this salary, how much this going to be all about, like the package in general, how much I can expect out of this position. And this will answer your question and will help you to prepare yourself in advance before going to the interview. Okay, this kind of a preparation is a win-win for both the candidate and the recruiter, because the candidate is maybe taking a half day off, maybe skipping some hours of his work, and maybe is doing some commuting, extra commuting, incurring some cost to get to the job interview place. And at the same time, the recruiter is taking out time from his busy schedule to interview the candidate for the job. So, such kind of understanding before the interview, before deciding to go for the interview, is very important for both parties, so that nobody's wasting each other time. Let's suppose if I am employer and I know that my salary bracket, my budget won't allow you to fit a candidate of that particular remuneration or package, and you already told me on the phone that this is how much you are drawing, so there's no point in asking you to come for the interview when I'm sure that I couldn't able to stretch the bracket. And at the same time, if you are drawing more than that salary that they are expecting to offer you, so there's no point in going to the interview, because it's going to be a waste of time. And when they already told you that this is how much they're going to offer you, then there's no point in going for the interview, because obviously it will be not a win-win situation. So that's why it's important that you need to be aware of the market trends, and the more you try to get into it, the better you have the idea about it. So the important thing is how to answer that question. So this is particularly relevant to the answer that you give during the interview. As we have already discussed that when you are asked on the phone to tell about the expected salary, so it's better to tell them about the existing package rather than the salary you're expecting. But here are some of the pointers that will help you to better answer in a even on a phone interview. Okay, so the way to answer that is like you can answer them in terms of a range instead of a number, exact number. So you have done your homework. Now you know that current market, or in particular market, in our market, the salary bracket for this will be 150 to 200K. Now all you have to do is that tell them the bracket, the range, rather than the exact number, so that you have a chance to negotiate. Like, I'm looking for a position that pays me between 150 and 200 monthly. Okay, here I mentioned clearly monthly amount. You can convert the range to an annual package as well to make it more broader for your negotiation. Okay, make sure that whatever you are giving as an amount or number as a lowest range, it actually covers the amount that you actually wanted to have it after having a job. Because in most of the cases, there is a likelihood that the person consider the lowest range to offer you as a salary rather than the highest range. So please, please, please design that range in a manner that actually help to fulfill your career goal, or the financial burden you have, or the financial liabilities you have. You have to be very careful about it. Don't throw it just because you would feel like. Do it based on facts and figures. Second is play on benefit side. I have seen so many jobs, even I've went to the interviews where where I've been offered salary, take home salary that is good in terms of number, but they're not offering any benefits. So at the end of the day, I have to take out all of the money out of my salary, my own salary, to pay for those benefits that I could have if the company is offering me. So make sure that like I'm looking for a position that pays between 150 and 200 monthly, but may negotiate on benefits such as car, fuel, bonus, maybe medical, because these days medical is very important. So the total package is important, because if they have a good benefit side and the take home salary is actually meeting your financial liabilities after receiving those benefits, then there's a possibility that you may end up in that organization. Another important point is that some people are not job hoppers and they would like to stay in an organization for a long period of time to do because they prefer stability over anything else. So if this is the case, so you have to crucially look into the benefit, because in some of the organization they offer a benefit structure which becomes good over a period of time. The more you stay within the organization, the better you're going to get opportunities in terms of long service awards, gratuity, or any other benefit that is additional and basically offered to you in terms of the recognition of your services. So be careful about it. uh, Keep a goal in your mind, whether you want to stay in the organization for 1 year, 2 year, or for a long period of time, and then look at the benefit side and negotiate based on that, because this will help you to decide how much you can stay there. Okay, the third point is that is very important is that change that question to take more time to think. And this is very much relevant at the time when you receive the call for the first time, and you haven't done any homework, so you're not sure that what to answer. So perhaps you can ask them to tell you about the job role, the responsibilities, because probably you are doing a job or at the same level, but in the new job or for the job for which you are going for an interview is offering the same role but with additional responsibilities. So whatever you are taking here may won't justify over here. So it's the case with the working hours and everything. So if you are not comfortable with answering the question that how much you are expecting for this particular job, all you have to do is take some time, buy some time by asking them to tell you more about the job role, or by telling them that it's too early to answer that. So like let's have a first uh, interview where I could able to gauge that how we can help each other to be a better fit. So buy your time, and then fourth important point is highlight your skill set and how it will help the organization to be more profitable. This point is more helpful in terms of negotiation when you want to stretch that brackets or budget and want to have a good salary, then this will come into aid. And how you can go about it is that you can justify the package that you are expecting from the organization by emphasizing the value or the skill set you can bring to the organization. That's like I feel that the value and expertise I can bring to this role supports my compensation pack expectation, as I have past experience of creating growth culture, especially in case of merger, which will be a challenge for your organization too. Let's so let's suppose you have been called for a job of a people's manager, and this is an organization that is going through a merger, and you already have an experiencing of managing growth culture within an organization who's already went through that transition period of after merger. So now you have that skill that is going to be a challenge for that organization, and you can tell them that how my past experience is going to help you to deal with the situation in a much better way. So I think my demand is more justified because the set of skills I'm bringing to that organization. So you can play on that as well. So salary expectations is not about telling how much you want to earn because you feel like you're earning it, want to earn it. It's about being logical, doing your homework, and then have a strategy in place. So I'm sure that all those people who are confused about this question, now they can answer it in a manner that will help them most. And if you still have not any clarity about it, then you can share it with me in the comment section on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page or even on LinkedIn. And I would love to answer your question. And this is a really a good opportunity for me to learn from all of you through your questions so that I can generate content of more interest. So thank you everyone. Do like my videos, do comment on them, do share your feedback, do subscribe my channel, and do share in your circle. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.